These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
Hey, happy Saturday to you. I'm Amelia Fabiano here with your top stories right now from ABC15 Arizona. A homicide followed by a police shooting in Tempe. These tense moments unfolding near 48th Street and Southern Friday. Police responding to a call from a woman worried her son had killed her husband inside a home. Police say a 55-year-old man believed to be her son walked out of that house with a gun, first putting it to his own head, but then pointing it at an officer. So that's when one Tempe officer shot the man. He was then taken to the hospital. Investigators now trying to figure out his motive, why he did it. Officers say they actually had not responded to that home before.
And as of last night with the mother, she did say there was nothing that led her to believe, there was no arguments that led up to anything.
The killing of the stepfather is now being investigated by Tempe PD, while the police shooting will be investigated by Mesa Police as part of the East Valley Critical Incident Response Team. In our Border Watch today, arrests for people illegally crossing the border from Mexico plummeting 33% last month to the lowest level we've seen since September 2020. Border Patrol says they made more than 56,000 arrests last month, down from more than 83,000 in June. The drop comes after President Biden's recent order limiting migrants seeking asylum. Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs will be at the Democratic National Convention next week in Chicago, sitting on a panel of 7 female governors, including the governors of New Mexico and New York as well. The panel will be hosted by Hollywood's Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and these state leaders will be talking about issues that matter most to their states in particular. That panel will be live streaming on YouTube Wednesday starting at 1 p.m. Big changes coming to the Broadway Curve area next week. If you use the westbound I-10 there, this will impact you. Starting Monday, the Broadway Curve Improvement Project's new westbound Collector Distributor Road, or CD Road, will open to drivers. This is along the westbound I-10 from Baseline to 40th Street. There are no traffic lights on CD roads, and the speed limit is 55 miles an hour. A reminder, pedestrians and bicyclists cannot access them. The idea here is to reduce the number of cars weaving between lanes and also help keep traffic flowing on the 10, State Route 143 and the 60. In preparation of that CD road opening, though, the westbound 10 is closed this weekend from the Loop 202 Santan South Mountain Freeway to the I-17 split. For ways to get around all of this, you can head to abc15.com/traffic. Now to an Impact Earth report. Local nonprofit Waste Not teaming up with ASU right now to host the first ever Waste Not ASU workshop. It's focusing on tips and tricks to reducing waste and being more sustainable too. Meteorologist Ashley DiMartino went to that workshop, and here's what she found for you.
New data shows that America is one of the top contributors to food waste, along with India and China.
And within the U.S., Arizona is #1.
An invisible problem that is impacting our environment.
Food waste that goes into the landfills produce gas that ultimately contributes to global warming.
The biggest contributor isn't our farms, businesses, or retailers.
Actually, the majority of the food waste comes from households.
ASU is teaming up with Waste Not to help spread the word about food waste, hosting workshops in our community.
We really want to provide that educational portion to the public because really it starts with you.
Speakers presenting ideas about composting, recycling leftovers, not overbuying at the grocery store, and paying attention to those sell-by and best-by dates on food.
And just in the last year, WasteNet has been able to save 2.6 million meals from going in the landfill.
Just imagine the impact if we all did our part, how much we could save, turning millions into billions.
It does impact not only saving that, food for another meal, but it helps the planet as well by keeping that food out of the landfill and away from harming the environment.
For Impact Earth, I'm meteorologist Ashley DiMartino, ABC15 Arizona.
Thanks, Ashley. Those workshops are free to attend. The next one is still being scheduled, though, so we'll keep you posted on when it does happen. All right, let's get a check of that most accurate forecast here as you get going on your Saturday. We do have a slight chance for a stray storm or shower in the valley today, but overall, our best storm chances are, of course, going to be in the high country north of the rim and in southeastern Arizona as well. Firing up mainly after lunchtime today. Around 2 p.m. is when we'll start to see those scattered storms and showers make their way into the high country and pick up later on into this evening as well. And then as we head into our Sunday, we'll see pretty much a repeat tomorrow. Not really any storm chances tomorrow for the valley. Again, mostly the high country and along and north of the rim. After lunchtime tomorrow, as we head into those evening hours, they'll become a little stronger, a little more widespread up in those higher terrain areas of our state. Highs across the state today will be looking at the 90s in Prescott, Payson, and Sedona, 80s in Flagstaff, Heber, and Show Low, 111 out at Lake Havasu and Quartzsite, and overnight lows dropping down into the 60s and 70s and 50s, mostly along the high country. Our 7-day shows a warm up by Monday, 113 for Monday and Tuesday before a break on Wednesday with the return of monsoon storm chances and highs under 110. All right, for the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to our website, abc15.com, or download that free ABC15 mobile app.
These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.